Hello, Laura Jewett here with the Inspired Living Real Estate Collective, and today I have the great pleasure of meeting with Frances Hewitt.
Hi.
She is the Director of Admission and Marketing at the International School of Arizona. So such a unique and profound, concept, but it makes so much sense. So we just want to find out a little bit more about what this school offers, what makes you guys unique. So just tell us a little bit more about what the mission of ISA is.
Great. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Excited to be here. So we have a very unique structure and a very unique gem here in North Scottsdale. 25 years. This is our 25th anniversary. Started with 13 kids in the French program in the basement of a church. A vision of a parent whose child was in the class and now is a graduate of ASU in engineering. So we started with 13 kids because there was a need for a French immersion school. And fast forward, then Spanish was added. What makes us unique in a nutshell is that we are not only a private nonprofit, but the biggest difference is that we teach in the language. So there are other schools that will teach Spanish or French, right, but we teach in that language. So what that means is we start our kids at 18 months old, PK1 as we call them. We go to 8th grade. So PK1 to PK4, your child, you would select the language track, French or Spanish, and your child is taught 100% of the day in that language.
But that's when their brains are
sponges
and for taking that in. And then so when they're going home, they're still getting exposed to their, to English.
Exactly. And a great question I always get is, well, what if I don't understand my child, because most of our parents speak English. Some do speak other, like we have some families that are speak Farsi at home or speak a different Mandarin but especially PK1 through kinder, we're not sending them home with homework. But what they're doing is, you nailed it. Their brains are sponges and they're just sucking everything in. And so kindergarten is when we start the English classes 4 hours a week. So how we all learned English, we do teach cursive, we teach the phonetics. And what's really unique also about ISA is that we are accredited by France and Spain. And what that means, and of course the United States, but what that means is we follow their specific accreditation module. The books, the curriculum starting in 1st grade are sent from those countries.
Wow.
To piggyback, the teachers, your kid will be taught by a native speaker who is certified in that language from their country.
Which does make a big difference, when you're just getting somebody that comes in and doesn't have quite the linguistics of the language. It makes
and another great question is, because we follow the Spanish curriculum from Spain, we that's the Spanish we teach.
Which is a little different than...
It is. Now, I grew up in a Cuban household and I speak Spanish with a Cuban accent, but we can all converse.
Right.
And so our teachers, some are from Venezuela, from Peru, from Colombia, from Spain, but they teach the Spanish correct. Exactly. And in the same, and in our French students, our French instructors, a lot of them come from France, or we have some from Canada, from Quebec and Montreal. Exactly. And they are all certified in their country to teach.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you see some of the global opportunities that you see some of your former students that are taking advantage of because of their time here? That they get exposed to all of this.
They get exposed. What's really unique is say your child's in the Spanish track. In 4th grade, they continue, of course, in the Spanish, but they get introduced to what we call the L3. And that would be French in this case. So if they're in Spanish, they'd be introduced to the L3. We go to 8th grade. So these 8th graders are graduating fluent. And when you use the word fluent, it's very important to understand that they speak it, they write it, and they read it. So that's what constitutes the word fluency. So they're going to be fluent in their target language, but have a very strong command of the other. And so one of the things that we're proud about, so first of all, our mission statement is opening doors to success in a constantly changing world. And no one can disagree that this is a constantly changing world. And we are preparing our students with that. So everything, our motto, everything that we market and talk to parents about is basically preparing them. And to piggyback on that, we have this really great, it's called Portrait of a Graduate. And then we have what we call our pillars. And so we are from PK1, or from whenever you enroll your child all the way through 8th grade, we are starting this Portrait of a Graduate. And so basically they become a curious problem solver, a conscious communicator, inspirational leaders, advocates of self and others. So really strong qualities that we all need
Absolutely.
in our society.
Well, yes.
And moving forward.
Well-rounded human beings
Well-rounded.
that can actually solve problems. It seems like we're getting to a society where nobody wants to
Correct.
work. Nobody wants to like
Right.
solve their own problems or take
No, exactly. And that's what we're doing. And so to piggyback on your question, so our eighth graders we're really proud of. We have 6 graduating this year, and they all got into their first choice of high schools. Okay. A lot of them are going to Notre Dame, Desert Mountain, the IB program, the Crest STEM engineering program at Paradise Valley. And some of them didn't even apply for the honors program and got accepted into the honors program. So we're really proud of our graduates because they're exemplifying the portrait of a graduate and moving forward. And like I said, we start them at 18 months.
Well, and it's not just you saying this. You guys have been acknowledged and recognized as a winner.
Yep, we are very excited. In 2023, we were voted by the Scottsdale Progress and the Scottsdale Independent as the best private school, the best preschool, and the best mascot.
Wow,
the Palominos. You can't forget the mascot. So, no, that's really exciting. It's the first time the school has earned those accolades. And,
it just shows that you're getting recognition for the, how unique this program is.
And parents want to send they want, I tell the parents, don't you want to give your child the gift of a second language? Provide them the gift of a second language. And, and so our enrollment right now, we're at 336, our highest enrollment in the history of the school. However, starting for fall, we already have 360 confirmed with a goal of 385. But let me tell you, because we are licensed by the state of Arizona for our early school, which is PK1 through PK4, you're not going to have a classroom for your 18-month-old of 30 students. We have 12. And that's a teacher and an assistant.
So they're getting the hands-on,
Correct.
Not being lost in the mix that we're seeing in a lot of classrooms.
And then, up and moving on from kinder and up, no more than 20 students. And if we have more, this year we had 2 kinder Spanish classes. Same thing. So every year dictates, depending on what's happening out there, but just a really unique school I really want people to come and see us.
I was going to say, I think it's worth exploring.
Yep.
I think we had chatted earlier that, I wish it was something that I explored more when my kids were younger. So I think it's worth definitely checking into to see if it is a good fit for you.
Yeah, and we campus tours anytime.
So many opportunities.
Yep.
And
then when school's in session, we also encourage shadow days, where the parent would drop off their child at 8:30 and stay half day or full day, and participate in the classroom. And it's a win-win. Gives the parent and the child an opportunity to see what's happening every day.
It could be a little bit intimidating, just perspective.
Just to come right in, yes.
Come right in. I think being able to experience it is a lot different than just hearing about, this is what it is. That could be a little scary.
It could be a little, So I really encourage shadow days. We start our term in August until May.
Traditional.
Yeah, we basically follow the Scottsdale Unified School District calendar. Mm-hmm. We do have rolling admissions. So if a lot of people who might move to the area and they want to.
So many people moving here.
Yes, they might want to start their child in November because of the timing. Mm-hmm. Provided there's room in the classroom, they can start. We had a child start in March.
Okay.
And school's out next week.
And they don't have trouble kind of acclimating or just.
No, especially in the early school from pre-K1 to kinder. We want to make sure that ISA is a good fit for your child.
And that's where you come in.
And that's where we come in.
Explore what the parents are looking for to answer.
And that's why the campus tour is important. The way I tell parents is we have a toolbox. ISA, the administration and the faculty and the staff, we have the tools to help your child succeed in their hopefully pre-K1 through 8th grade,
Well, and then the skills you're giving them for life.
Yep.
For their entire lives. It's just not a skill. And again, learning a language as an adult is not easy.
Right. So, and these kids, I'm telling you, you'll walk into a 3rd grade, 2nd grade classroom and the teachers, they do not teach in English. Mm-hmm. It is all in that language unless it's the English
class. Yeah.
English class that's 6 hours a week.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, so welcome. We'd love to welcome any parents, anybody who might be interested. Check us out. You have nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Come see the school. We're right off of 101 in Via Linda, and I would be the contact.
It's a beautiful campus. We're going to do a little bit, show you a little bit behind the scenes and what the school is all about. But definitely check out their website. They have a lot of cool materials just about, again, how the brain works and how important it is at this age to give them that gift of a second language.
That's exactly right.
I think, so definitely check it out. Come talk to Francis. Make it just another option. Like you said,
well, you've got to shop around and see what's out there.
Well, and especially when it comes to education.
Especially for education. And this school isn't for everyone.
Right.
And we recognize that. But if you're a parent that really wants to give your child the gift of a second language, what better place than a dual immersion school that is accredited by these two countries.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So we'll put all the information to get in touch on the interview. So just click on the link if you have any questions. But definitely encourage you to meet up with Francis. Yeah. If you have a small business that you'd like interviewed, feel free to reach out to us anytime. We love supporting our community, especially great, incredible programs like this. So thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Let's go check out the campus.
Great.